My two humans up here, Liam and Devlin, creating chaos, assassinating calm, destroying the river with rocks and sandwiches. I don't know if you can see it over there, but floating in the river right there and right there is what's left of Devlin's sandwich. Anyways, so here's my goal for today. Molted crayfish. Yummy. Anyways, the water levels dropped a little bit, so all of these little boreholes that were inaccessible last week, they're full of heavies and fines. There's a few big rocks in there, but mostly heavies and fines. So I'm going to clean out this borehole. I'm going to clean out this hole here, and there's a hole on the other side of my pan right there. I'm going to clean those three out and kind of do like this ring. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, there's like 4 little holes there. So I'm going to clean that out, pan it out, and see what's in there. And that's going to be my warm-up for today. And God, look at this calm, peaceful river. This beautiful sculpture. Alright, I'm getting down near the bottom, so I'm going to try to see what I can see here. A lot of black sand. I mean, for the amount that I had in the pan, it's a lot of black sand. Alright, let's see if I can see anything in here. Oh yeah, there's a couple of colors already. Lots of lead. Yikes. A couple of colors and some lead. Nothing exciting. I don't know if you can see that in there. You can see right, where is it? Right there. Little speck of gold there, a little piece there. Just a couple of little flower pieces. As you can see, anybody who's familiar with Nanaimo will be able to tell where I am. This has been, for as long as I've lived here, my favorite spot to just come and chill out by the river. Focus. Why does it keep doing that? Since moving here 10 years ago, this has been my #1 favorite Zen spot for the river. Camera keeps going out of focus and overexposing me. What's up with that? My kids are over here. We're here throwing rocks and making a mess of this absolutely pristine, calm river because my kids are highly allergic to both cleanliness and quiet. So if it's calm, they have to assassinate it. So anyways, on with business. So I haven't recorded in a while because I haven't found anything really that was worth recording until recently. I've been down here prospecting 4 or 5 different spots and I really haven't found anything great. But I found a really kind of a interesting corner bedrock shale ledge, and it's got hollow layers in between the cracks in the bedrock, and so I've been peeling it off layer by layer, and every time I peel it off I find like a thin layer of like a moss web, almost like really compressed. I'll show you here in a second, but I just, as I'm pulling a couple of rocks out, I've been dipping them in a pan full of water to rinse them off, and then I just panned out like a finger of material along that bottom corner and found a whole bunch of really good color. So I'm really excited about this spot. So for the first time I've decided to like sort of show you what I'm working on here. So let me turn the camera around. Oh, by the way, I apologize for all this white, but I'm Irish, I'm allergic to the sun. I have something called photophobia, so I burn in the sun and I sneeze anytime I get out into bright light, hence the big ugly birth control glasses here. So for right now, it's hot out here, so I can't wear a shirt. So for right now, you're just going to have to tolerate the pasty white Irishman. People are starting to show up along the river here where I am to swim, and people who are familiar with the Nanaimo River, you're going to know exactly where I am. So it's not a big secret, so I don't mind sharing my location. But anyways, let me show you what I'm working on here. Okay, so this is what I'm working on. I have a pan of material going here. I've got my classifier and Home Depot bucket sitting over by the water right there. So for right now, I'm just cleaning out this crevice, and this underneath here is hollow. There's like a hollow ledge that runs all the way down, and then even though that's all hollow under here, it goes to a low point that's not hollow, and there's a couple of inches of mud and like hollow clay, like you can hear what this sounds like. It's like, it's really, really, really open. So there's lots and lots of layers to get into there, but this is what I was talking about. It's got like this fine layer of mossy material, and it's kind of acting like a natural miner's moss, and I'm finding quite a bit into this compressed layer here. I found quite a few colors just sitting on the surface. The next one that I see, if I can think of it, I think that might be one right there. Right, I don't know if you can see that, right at my fingertip. See if I can get in on that any closer with one hand. Can you see that there? Is it gonna focus? Oh, shaky all over the place. Yeah, I'm not so good at this with one hand. So, but anyways, I think that's a little flake of color, but either which way, I have seen color in the pan, and so I'm going to keep going at this, and I'll show you the results here in about half an hour. I'm going to keep going on this for a little while, so I'll be back. Alright, so before I do any more digging, somebody wants to say hi.
Hey guys.
So this is Devlin. He is my 9-year-old son, and today he's my helper on the river, and he has not stopped bugging me for the last hour wanting to be in the next clip. So he got left out of the last video when Liam was in it, so I decided to introduce him officially. So this is my pride and joy. This is Devlin, my buddy. So
I am not a forest elf.
Yes, he's not a forest elf. That's for somebody else. Anyways, go swim. I'm going to finish my video, okay?
Okay.
Alright. I don't know why this camera just does not want to focus. You want to go jump in the water and show everybody how good of a swimmer you are?
No.
No? Alright, you wimp.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. It's hot outside, but the water is still a little bit chilly today. And I don't know if you can see them, but the vultures are out.
I can see them. I can see 4 of them.
Yeah, I know. They must think that I'm dying. Maybe they know me. I went back to the river, got my shirt soaking wet. Now I'm wearing a wet shirt, hoping that helps beat the heat a little bit. And then Liam went and did the same thing. So anyways, to what I'm doing. Let me flip this camera around. Okay. So I was down here, And I know that's the low point, okay, granted, but up here leading down to that low point is a whole bunch of bedrock that's just rotting and falling apart. It's not very hard to pick apart, and as you can see, once I lift up a layer, underneath is a bunch of black sand, iron. There's a lot of rusted colored material under here, and like this is all just coming apart, and there's a lot of there we go, doing this one-handed again. I swear to God I'm gonna get better at this. But look at this. This is all full of flood material, and I'm finding all kinds of little glitters and glints and stuff under here. This is like all rust colored. Like it's really rich in iron. You can tell, you can see right in here that it's all, there's lots of sand and material and stuff in there. And like I said, that pan, that last pan that I did, when I rinsed it out and put it in the snuffer bottle, I saw about probably 15 or so really good pieces. Not little pieces, not flour gold, but nice big solid pieces. More than I've gotten in a while anyways. So I'm just going to keep at this bedrock for a little while and bust up this shale and see what the hell I get. So I will update you in a little bit. Check out this little mess of boulders here, and on this one little rock right there, you see that leaf fossil? And how cool is that? I'd love to take that home, but that's on a very large piece of rock, and I'm not that strong, and it's a big hike to get out of here. But yeah, there's so much interesting geology down here. I mean, if you're a geologist and a prospector, you're in heaven down here. So what I'm doing here now is I'm cleaning up all of this sort of bedrock shale. There's a lot of material in here, and it just keeps going down layer after layer with lots of this really rusted mud in between. So I'm thinking this is very high in iron content, and every time I take one of these rocks out and clean them off, there's traces of gold, whether it's flour gold or micro gold or just small pieces. Virtually every pan I've done has had small traces of gold in it. In fact, let's try a little experiment, shall we? I'll be right back. Okay, so here I am. Here's my pan. I'm afraid to go much lower because it got too hot. I stripped down to my boxers and I'm in the river and I'm panning. And I've got a wet shirt and naked white legs. And I'm panning. God, my beard's so scruffy. I definitely have to go in to get my beard done. Okay. So I have decided that I'm going to go home, and I'm going to save the panning of the concentrates until I get home, because there's so much black sand in here that it's going to take a lot of work to clean it out. But look, I'm finally on some halfway decent colors. I mean, those are actual pieces of gold. Those aren't just a little bit of color. I'm seeing about 10 or 15 flakes and some heavy chunks of quartz. And I still have some more to pan out, so I'm not going to waste time cleaning it up and everything here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nice colors in a pellet, but I'm going to take these home and I'm going to pan out the concentrates there, and we'll see what we get there. But before we do that, I'm going to stop. I'm going to do a couple more pans, clean out that spot a little bit more, and we'll head home in about an hour. So I'll show you what the next pan looks like just before we leave.
Goodbye.
Doesn't that look nice, Dev?
Yep.
Looks good. Okay, see you when I get home. Alright, well, there it is. That was the tally for the day's work. Not spectacular. Not terrible either. Got some decent sized colors in there. I'm not going to weigh it up though because, well, yeah. I'm not going to weigh it up for the same reason that I don't do these videos naked. Nobody needs to see that, and I don't need that kind of humiliation. Today I didn't do a lot of one area. I kind of prospected about 4 or 5 different areas. And the last spot that I prospected was by far the most productive for me. So I'm going to go back and keep going at that spot. Really good colors this time, and you know, it was fun. It was a fun day down at the river, lots of swimming and laughing with the kids, and holy crap, that water's still cold. There were people down there swimming, and I think they might actually be certifiably nuts. But yeah, it was a good day, and I'm encouraged by finding more color in my pan and bigger color, and the further down I went, the bigger the pieces got. So I'm going to go back and try again. So until then, thanks for checking out the video, and if you like, give a mash on the subscribe button, and please comment if I'm doing something wrong, or if you think my technique is terrible. Let me know, because I mean, I'm really green at this, so I would love some advice. So yeah, that's about it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Sorry about the white. That's why I'm not wearing a shirt. I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to get a nice deep tan going. Should I take 40, 50 years? But yeah.